Hello, welcome to another review. This time I'm going to review some scenery. This is going to be 2 reviews in a row. I thought I'd get them all there. It's not often I do many reviews. I'm not one to shout about stuff I go over the top with. But in this case, I've been looking for some scenery. There's a lot of it I build myself. You've seen in my blog and that. I do a lot of cereal box scenery. I just wanted something a bit harder that would stand up to the rigours of the gaming club. And I looked at this Tabletop workshop, which is now sold by Warlord or owned by Warlord, and they did some terrain. I didn't really look at it at the time. It's medieval, could easily be used for fantasy. I'm using it going to be using it in like a little RPG setting for a fantasy game. But if we'll just have a quick look, I've got one here. This is not the original. Give me a second, as I get my left and right sword. There we go. This is not the original one I brought. I originally brought the house, but I liked it so much I went and brought a few more. You get this for a start. It's a cardboard box. I mean, I know that doesn't impress many of you, but it's a nice slide-off lid cardboard box, no cellophane, I think. Nice and old school. Reminds me of the. I can't find like the old Lizardman and Skink box sets that originally came out for the old Warhammer days back when I first started collecting. So yeah, inside we have some sprueless plastic, okay, and these are your parts for your building. So this is a medieval stable. So I've got the house to begin with, and what's great about it, it's internal and external detail. Also, they are bloody brilliant to put together. So if we just have a look here, this is where I put it together wrong. These are one of the walls. They literally slot and slide in. Okay, we have the stable here, and again, sit in and slide. So if we can keep this going, so if you look at, I don't know if you can see the internal. Oh, you can see there. Look, there's like little pitchforks and stuff. You've got the interior timber work. We have just the wood of the interior of the stable doors. So if I just quickly put one of these together, these sit in and pop and simply clip. So it's all glue, sprue, no glue. It's fantastic. Whether or not I'll glue them myself. I don't know how long they would last if you'd keep undoing them and redoing them, but there is then the possibility if you've painted it all, you could probably take them apart and flat pack them. But they're so robust as they are. So as you can see there, it's come together nicely. And finally, we have a thatched roof, as you can see here. And these just have 2 clips together. On my one, because I'm keeping mine together, this is one of the bits that I have glued. So they just push together. And, hey presto, a nice little bit of terrain here. With interior detail as well. I mean, this will be fantastic. I'm going to be using this for my saga, funny enough. They're design-ish enough to get away with that. But using them for fantasy, like Lord of the Rings for Bree and stuff like that. And I did have a... There we go. I am so prepared. This is the first one I brought and painted up. I only quickly got some paint on it, so... I could just show it when he's all finished. Lovely little building. Take the top off. And you can see some little shelves in there. Yeah, this is, I say, bit of role playing as well. I think these are ideal. I mean, that's one of the things I'm messing around with, a rule system of my own. And role play will be part of it as well. So it'll be quite a detailed game. If we can just grab a random miniature which I'm painting. Welcome to the old fantasy here. This is an old high elf, one of the original solid plastic ones. So you can get a rough idea of scale here. I mean, they're not massive. I mean, they are small, but it's ideal for you, especially if you're playing those big unit games where you're moving around and stuff. By the door there. So they do look good. They're good scale, and I say, really solid and robust. It's all plastic, all easy to put together, take apart if you wish. And I think these are little fantastic little beauties, and I wish I'd spotted them beforehand. Warlord, I've been looking at it now. They've got a 2-story building I'm going to have a look at getting. They've got like a church as well, I think of getting. And they also obviously do the fortress, which is kind of like a Warhammer, the old Warhammer fortress, but with round towers. It didn't really grab my attention, but now I've seen how clever these have gone together, how well thought out their design principle is. I could see myself maybe trying to get a part of that, maybe a tower or two to see how they go. Just to have the interior detail on that just makes life so much more fun. But yeah, I thought it's worth a try. I think they're about £16-17. You know, they're not cheap, but I don't think it's a bad price for what you get. If you don't like making terrain and you just want something that's generic enough to use from, you know, medieval period up to, you know, even modern. I mean, Jesus, today I was working on a house which wasn't too dissimilar, cob and thatch. So, you know, you could get these on your Renaissance to, I don't know, World War II Europe, you know, Romania, something like that. You'd probably still get away with them. So yeah, just thought I'd give them a shout out for that. That's Tabletop Workshop, which is now Warlord Games. So it's another one of those plastics. There we go. Another one of their plastics they've got in. Can I get a better view? Not quite. There we go. Well worth it for 17-18 quid. I mean, I bought my first one off eBay just to see what they were like, and I've now got stables and a barn, so I've got a small village going. I want to get the second story one, and I'm sure I'll go from there. Lovely little buildings, well worth their pennies, and well worth having a look at. Alright guys, until next time, farewell.